District Attorney Alvin Bragg. He has been a partner with us as far as all of the elected public officials, especially with organizing with the Ayate Group gun buyback programs. Because Jackie Rowe Adams, some of you don't know who she is, she is the founder of a group called Harlem Mothers Save. Basically, she has lost, over the years, 2 sons to gun violence. And so she deals with the grieving of other mothers and now mothers, fathers, and grandparents in this organization. So let me introduce our District Attorney of New York County, District Attorney Alvin Bragg.
Thank you so much, Senator. Okay. You told me to hold the mic close. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. All right. It is great to be here, although obviously it is sad to be here yet again for this issue. You know, we think about our churches, our grocery stores, our trains, our schools, the very ties that bind in our communities that have been targeted again and again for gun violence. And as the Congress member said, it's not just those places that make the news, it is our everyday street corners. So this is an existential issue. And sadly, it's not a new one. As the Congress member was talking about, you know, his experiences with the ski mask and the gun to his face, I thought back to my youth. I was 15, first time I experienced gun violence with a semi-automatic weapon put to my head. And then a couple years later, I was shot at. I'm 48, so you can do the math. That was 30 years ago, and here we are again. And so as Manhattan District Attorney, you know, I think about that trauma that I've carried around with me since I was 15. It's literally what I think about every day because no one else, no other New Yorkers, no one else, anywhere else in the country, this is a nationwide issue, should have to experience that trauma. And we have encouraging data out of Manhattan. Actually, shootings and homicides are down compared to last year this time. So that is encouraging news. But when we think more broadly, what we've done, that still means 200 gun possession cases that my office has done this year. We last week announced an indictment of someone who was speaking about the pipelines, who was shipping ghost gun parts to Pennsylvania because our great state law that our senator got passed doesn't allow that to happen in New York. So they were shipping them to Pennsylvania to evade that law and then bringing them in. And as our congressman described, these are magazines which carry the bullets, magazine upon magazine upon magazine that were then being brought from Pennsylvania into our state. So we charged that person. The day before that, we were resolving a case for someone who had a ghost gun who was firing it in our streets. So this work is a daily work. We are taking guns off the street as we must to make our streets safer. But that is just a piece of the puzzle, that enforcement work. I always say the best case that we can bring is the case we don't have to bring. And so in the DA's office, in addition to being on the enforcement side, we are on the prevention side. So yesterday I stood with a number of people and announced that we are, because we know the summer is coming, we know the data about the hot months, we are offering a grant process to local, community-based organizations of $20,000 for stipends to go directly to our youth for them to do affirming work in our community. So what does that mean? That means if you take a location that has been marred by gun violence and put our youth to work and allow them to beautify that space and to pay them for it, right? That is supporting our youth, as we know, with summer jobs. That is also taking a place for gun violence and turning it into a safer place. The data shows that kind of work reduces violence by up to 30%. So put it all together, put money in the hands of our youth who need it. We have them affirming experiences and pairing them with neighborhood groups that are working with youth, giving them mentors. This is a key piece of the puzzle as well. We're not going to prosecute and incarcerate our way out of this. We've got to prevent it, prevent the guns from getting here, yes, but also giving our youth ways to engage. So that's something important we'll do. The congressman mentioned, and the senator has the flyers here. Our gun buyback, the last one we did with Senator Jackson, got 50 guns off the street. This one for June 25th, we've been working very, very, we could clap for getting 50 guns off the street, yes. Thank you. we've been working very, very hard with a lot of community groups and with all these leaders here to double or triple that number. The stats show that for each gun taken off the street, that's 3 lives saved. So 50, that's 150 lives saved. We're hoping to save about 500 lives. So we look forward to continuing to work side by side with this great leadership group, and most importantly, with each of you. So thank you so much, and let's keep the fight up.
District Attorney Alvin Bragg.